All right, folks. Questions?
How's Jalen's ankle?
He's getting better. Yeah, he's getting better. He's progressed really each day. Moved around probably a little better today than he did yesterday, and so I think he's got a chance.
See the chance to start or be the backup at Mississippi State, is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, Maxwell's been getting all the starters reps. Really didn't know until probably yesterday what Jalen's status is going to be. But Maxwell's getting those starters reps, and Jalen's been getting the backup reps.
How thankful are you that it looks like at least he'll be available in some capacity, so you don't have to make that tough decision about who's redshirt? Well, at least not yet.
Yeah, well, it's good. We in a perfect world, we'd rather not take either one of those kids' red shirts off. So it's been helpful. Jalen's worked really hard to get back where I think he's going to be an option on Thursday.
Just having the bye week, not only for the quarterback position, but some of the other positions that are banged up, has this kind of helped you guys out having this extended break?
Yeah, no question. I think the bye came at a good time. We were a little banged up coming out of that Alabama game for sure. It's really a culmination of 4 consecutive tough weeks. But I think as much mental as physical also. Our guys got a chance to catch the breath and relax a little bit and kind of get refocused.
If you had with the way it's been at quarterback, I mean, Jalen, then Max, and then Jalen gets hurt, now it's back to Max, or at least probably as your starter. Have you had to do any mental coaching with those guys? Because it's been sort of a roller coaster up and down with them?
Yeah, no question. This one's a little bit different in the fact that Jalen didn't practice at all last week, so Maxwell kind of was able to get his mind around and getting those reps and being the starter. So this week's a little bit different, but when we were kind of bouncing back and forth, no question. Yeah, because in a perfect world, that's not, we'd like for one guy to play well and keep playing.
Like Thursday night games, and how does the game week change for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, like game week as far as how it changed, like today was a Wednesday practice for us. Once you get your clock set, it's not too difficult. Now it's hard on a short week when you play on Saturday and go to Thursday. But this sets up nice for us, because you got the bye week before, then you got a couple of extra days after it. I like them. You're one of the only shows going, and to play that primetime game. I think it's exciting for our kids. It'll be a great atmosphere down in Starkville for sure. I was at Troy. We played Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We play anytime TV came.
So you're pretty familiar with cowbells?
Yeah, well, I've been down there a couple times. Yeah, it'll be good. We'll play a few tomorrow.
JoJo says when he thinks cowbells, he thinks milk. What do you think when you think cowbells?
I try not. I don't even think of cowbells, really. That's the first time I ever thought about cowbells. I guess I think about Mississippi State.
Neal, what's going on? Jeff Bidet, is he injured? Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. He's been out. Yeah, he's been out. This will be the first week he'll be available. He dressed last week against Alabama. They didn't practice that week, but he'll be available for this game.
What about AJ Lurie?
Yeah, AJ has been available. Had a great special teams game against Alabama, and I expect to use him more at wideout. He's probably the guy that benefited from this break, this off week, because we got him back in the rotation and he's made some plays, and I'm expecting him to play more offense than he has.
What do you need from him that you weren't getting before?
Well, you just got to be consistent, make some plays. He's exactly what you're looking for from his height, from his athletic ability. He really jumps well. He's got a good burst off the ball. He just has to catch the ball consistently.
What about State's defense? What did they look like to you on the film?
Yeah, well, they're really long. Their length really jumps out at you when you turn on the film. I think they're all 6'4" or bigger up front, and then their linebackers. One of them 6'3", 6'4", and their best one's probably 6'5". They're really long. Even in the secondary, they're all 6 foot plus guys, which even those run of defense that we just came off of, they didn't have that type of length. So that's the first thing that really jumps off, that they've done a really good job recruiting. You can tell because on offense they're long too at their skill positions. So I think that Coach Mullen and his staff done a good job recruiting for their specific schemes. They do a good job schematically on early downs, really playing the run well. I think that's probably a case where they go against the run a lot against their own offense. And then on third down they try to confuse you. You know, they like to blitz and give you some unconventional looks.
Do you have a third option in mind? Should this? I mean, you've got one who's kind of hobbled, another whose shoulder isn't 100% necessarily. I mean, do you have a plan in place for that?
Yeah, we've got it. We've got a plan. We do.
Can you be less specific?
I was expecting a follow-up. I thought Josh Jones would give me a follow-up.
Well, Alan's question's pretty fair.
Yeah. No, probably not any more specific than that. But yeah, we do have a plan.
You mentioned last week either of those guys willing to do it. Have you had
Yeah.
that conversation? Have you sat down with whoever that third guy is and said, you know,
Yeah, we've
think
sat,
about this? Or
No, we've sat down. We've had discussions. Like I said, and hopefully it doesn't come to that. But you know, in our business, you got a kind of worst case scenario. So we've had those discussions, and we've gotten the third quarterback some reps also.
Going into these last 6 games, if you could pick out just one thing that you would want to do better, which would help you overall, what would that be?
Well, we need a lot more than one thing. But here's what I think. I think we've got to make plays in crucial situations. You know, third downs in the red zone. We've got to make key blocks, key catches, key passes. You know, because I think that's been our Achilles heel, is when we have not made plays in those crucial situations. You know, when we've given up a score and we come out and we've got to make plays to continue a drive, or we get a couple first downs and now we're in a third and medium situation. Maybe we've made a poor throw. You know, in those crucial situations, we've got to make plays.
Sounds like you know a bunch of guys that are confident. Sounds like you got a bunch of guys who are not confident.
Well, you know, I don't know. I think what happens is the young guys really are. Okay, we don't have, y'all talk to JoJo a lot. You know, he has no issues with confidence. I think what our quarterbacks, they're confident. Okay, and they've got to do a better job of trusting their young guys. You know, I think there's maybe a lack of trust there sometimes, just because the guys are so new. I think they've got to give themselves they've got to give those guys blind trust and fully expect that our guys are going to be in the spots they're supposed to be in.